Hi there guys, it's Tim, Golf 5 Tango Mike. Welcome back again. Today I'm going to show you how I managed to get some reliable Wi-Fi into my outdoor office stroke ham radio shack. Thanks once again for joining me, and if this is your first time stumbling across the channel, then think about clicking that subscribe button or the notification bell as well, and the thumbs up if you want to, if you like what you see. And if you're a regular, then it's fantastic to have you back again, and I hope everyone in fact is keeping well. Okay then, now one or two of you may be aware that over the last few months we've been putting together a little sort of conversion going on here. We've converted an outdoor garage into an office stroke ham radio shack, and in fact some of the acoustics here are a little bit echoey still because we've got a few things to fit in here, so we'll get there. So I hope the quality of the sound isn't too bad, so apologies if it's a little bit echoey, hence why I'm wearing the earphones. Anyway, moving on, we've been doing the conversion. It's basically done now, I'm happy to say. But one of the big obstacles we had to overcome was getting Wi-Fi into here, because, or at least a reliable internet signal, because as it stood, we had a very, very patchy indeed and quite weak internet signal. And I'll show you the initial numbers for that, the initial sort of signal for that in a moment. So we had two options. Either we could look into putting an Ethernet cable, so fitted directly into the shack, but that would have taken time, extra money, and also the inconvenience of sort of digging a wee trench there. So we didn't do that. So instead, I looked into other options regarding improving the Wi-Fi signal. So let's see what I considered and what I chose. So what mesh networks do, they operate slightly differently to Wi-Fi extenders. Effectively, the Wi-Fi extender, for example, which you might get, will talk back to the router to try and sort of send on your signal to where you want it to go. Mesh network, so what you do, you have sort of a network of these different little devices. So let me just go down here and show you. The one I bought, and I'll show you the box in a minute, is something called a TP Deco. And effectively I bought, what I bought came with three of these things. All right, now each one of these plugs into the wall, into the electric socket, and they therefore act as a sort of network to pass on your Wi-Fi signal. One of them goes into the router at the front of the house, and my router, by the way, is about 60 feet away from where I am now, with plenty of walls in between. It has to go through the house and into the shack here as well, with the wall of the shack. So initially the signal was really poor with the router, but you plug one of these into the router. I've got another one of these which is equidistant at the back of the house, effectively about halfway between the router and where we are here, and that just plugs into the wall. And then a third one, which is where I am here in the shack, which again just plugs into the wall. And each one of these three things comes with a little plug to put it into the wall. And effectively, by into the wall I mean the electric socket, by the way. And it's just the one of them that goes into the router, and again you get supplied with a little Ethernet cable for that as well. So here's the, let me just get it for you. Oh. So here's the box. It's a TP Deco. Here you go. So I bought it myself, and it's done the business really, really well. But what mesh networks do, unlike the Wi-Fi extender, which tries to, which tries just to push on the signal from the router to where you are, what the mesh networks do, they actually talk to each other. So effectively they act as like a baton. They hand the signal on to each other. So they don't just try to talk back to the router, they talk to the nearest, strongest other one of those white things. They're called decos. And effectively it means that the signal coverage within that sort of area looking to fill with Wi-Fi coverage tends to be stronger and far more reliable. And for me, it's worked really, really well. In fact, let me show you just how strong that signal actually is compared with where it was initially. Let's take a look. So here's the situation, and 1.77 megabytes upload, not great. And it was going through the house, of course, and to the back garage. That was about 60 feet through a couple of buildings, so not clever. Now with the mesh system set up, look at the difference. Just basically 10 megabytes upload, great download speed, rock solid reliability, 5 out of 5 signal all the time. I'm a very happy bunny. Oh, so there we have it then, rock solid Wi-Fi. When I look at my laptop now, I get 5 out of 5 bars, signal strength excellent. When I used to bring the laptop in here to see, I basically had 1 to 2 bars with Google not working. Used to run from 1 to 2 bars down to 1 to 0. It just wasn't strong enough to make the trip over here. But now I've fitted the mesh network in, it's absolutely 100% solid. I could literally be next to the router, in fact. And the actual Deco one I use in here is effectively about 5 feet away from where the laptop is. So, and in fact, the signal to the very back of the garage, that's about 18 feet back that way, or shouldn't call it the garage now, actually, the back of the shack or office, is absolutely 100% rock solid as well, 5 out of 5. So overall, very happy with it. You can go online, you can buy these from any major sort of emporiums here in the UK. I went to one which you've all heard of in the UK. And the price is pretty reasonable as well. It's I think I paid about £100 for mine. I think it's probably very much money well spent. Obviously your situation may vary, but certainly from my point of view, and thanks to the advice given to me by Sean, it's done extremely well indeed. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I say, if you like what you see, click subscribe, that notification bell, and anything else, the thumbs up would be lovely. And it's great to have you on board. Stay safe as well, guys, okay? And I hope to catch you on the air soon. Tim G5TM signing off, wishing you 73, and best of luck now. Bye-bye.